less than impressive, and the Vols took advantage of that fact. Despite a slow start, the Vols managed to get back to their winning form by putting 41 points on the scoreboard and holding the Cardinals to just 10. So stay tuned for all the game action, plus interviews, analysis, and highlights from around the SEC next on Big Orange Sunday.
The UTV Network presents Big Orange Sunday with your hosts Charles Davis, Daryl Patterson, Greg Peterson, Steve Phillips, and play-by-play from the voice of the Vols, John Ward. Brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By the Big Orange Ford dealers of Tennessee, where you can get America's best-built, best-selling cars and trucks. By St. Mary's Medical Center in Knoxville, caring for you anytime with total health care. By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies throughout Tennessee. And by First American, where banking is still a people business.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Big Orange Sunday. I'm Greg Peterson, once again coming to you from high atop Shields-Watkins Field here at Neyland Stadium, and looking down at the field, obvious signs of a victory here yesterday as the Tennessee Volunteers roll over the Louisville Cardinals 41-10. Again, along with us this week, Steve Phillips, the sports director at WKRN in Nashville, and as usual, our expert analysis from former Vol defensive back Charles Davis. And yesterday, the Tennessee Vols doing what they really needed at this point of the season, rolling over Louisville and getting some much-needed confidence for the upcoming games.
I think the confidence was the big thing. After losing 2 of the last 3 games, they really needed to get on a roll, especially with Jeff Francis still on the sidelines. And I think the whole team got some confidence yesterday, and certainly Sterling Hinton did.
Without a doubt, and I think that's mainly the reason Tennessee came out with the approach that they did, a very conservative approach. Come out and run the football, run right at Louisville, not even risk an opening pass this week. Just let Sterling get his feet wet. This is his first start. Let him get into the ball game, let him get into the flow before you try and open it up and do anything else.
So a 31-point victory for the Tennessee Volunteers. Coming up, we'll go to the locker room to talk with the Vols, plus have the Southeastern Conference highlights. But first, we'll have all the highlights from yesterday's ball game with the voice of the Vols, John Ward, when we come back.
It's time for Lifestyles of the Original Party Animal with the Grand Poobah of Partyometry, Bud Light's own Spuds McKenzie, as he's planning tonight's Big Bash. His fans watch as he pans his way to party elegance, a facial and massage, and Spuds McKenzie is ready to party. And Spuds parties with only Bud Light. He knows everything else is just a light.
This is John Ward with a word about the economic impact of the beef industry in Tennessee. Agriculture is the volunteer state's #1 industry, and beef leads the way. In fact, Tennessee ranks 10th in the nation in beef cattle production, and the beef business means nearly $500 million a year to our state's economy. Beef, good news for Tennesseans who eat. This message brought to you by the 74,000 proud cattle producers in Tennessee.
The Energy Guide on every appliance says it all. These are U.S. government tests comparing water heater utility bills.
Electric, gas, electric, gas.
In Tennessee, gas can save you up to $200 a year over the same size electric water heater. The Impartial Energy Guide says it all.
Electric, gas, electric, gas.
Natural gas.
The Tennessee Vols are now 6-2-1 on the season after yesterday's 41-10 win over Louisville. Now, going into the game, there were some areas of concern, some areas that Coach Johnny Majors wanted to work on. I think he has to be pleased with those. John Ward and Charles, that the running game was one, getting confidence for Sterling Hinton was another, and tackling on defense, it seemed all 3 areas were improved.
Well, Tennessee, of course, was going to go with the new quarterback in his first start, Sterling Hinton, but Tennessee, although it won the toss, elected to defer its decision until the second half We're ready to pick up the action. The Volunteers kicked off, and it was Louisville receiving the kickoff, and it will be the Cardinals moving quite well with the ball. As we pick it up, it's Louisville all the way down to the Tennessee 26-yard line where it's going to be third down. This is Jay Gruden passing. It's complete, and Louisville has the ball downfield inside Tennessee's 10-yard line. The pass was complete to Knighton for an 18-yard pickup, and it's going to be first down goal. 0-0 the score, and carrying the ball through the right side and being belted is Booker after a gain of a yard. Kimbrough and Kelly. That's Charles Kimbrough on the tackle for Tennessee. Second down goal as Coach Howard Snellenberger looks on, his team moving quite well with the opening kickoff. Back to throw Gruden. Pass downfield is incomplete, intended for Cummings, who has scored 5 touchdowns on pass receptions this year. This one a bit too high, a bit too long, and it's third down. Back to throw again Gruden. Pass across the middle is complete, and it will be a touchdown, but no, because there is a penalty marker down on the play. That was Williams making the catch, but the penalty for holding moves the ball back to the 17-yard line. And instead of 6 points for Louisville, it's third down and goal from the 17. Jay Gruden with the man in motion wide to the left side. Spins out to the right, looks, pass downfield is incomplete.
Jay Gruden, the quarterback for the Louisville Cardinals, had a very impressive year so far, throwing for a lot of touchdown passes and a lot of yardage. Here he rolls out of the pocket to his right, and he looks in the end zone for his tight end, Williams, who's crossing in the back of it. But Cedric Klein, with good coverage, helps to break up the pass, and Louisville has to settle for a field goal attempt.
And so the Cardinals will have Bell in to attempt a 35-yard field goal, and as you see, it is up, and it is good. So the Cardinals jump out on top of Tennessee. 13-play drive using almost 5 minutes off the clock, and it will be 3-0 with Louisville leading. Tennessee takes the kickoff and returns it, and then, as the Vols are unable to move, the punt is to Louisville, and we pick it up with the Cardinals first down 15. Gruden with the pump fake. Here's the screen pass. It's complete, but Tennessee's DeLong and Klein are there on the tackle.
A great defensive play by Tennessee. This helps get the defense started off on a better foot than they did in the first drive. Here Gruden goes back and tries to set up a screen to his running back Knighton, but Keith DeLong and Cedric Klein both sniff out the play, make an excellent hit.
A loss of 2 yards on the play, so it becomes second down 17 at the Cardinal 19. Louisville leads Tennessee in the first period 3-0. Jay Gruden passing. It is complete. This is Williams, the tight end, for a 10-yard pickup. Keep in mind it was 17 to go, so on third down, Gruden roams to the near side, looking, pointing, throwing, ball deflected, and it is intercepted. That's Andre Kramer with the interception.
We were in the zone coverage, and they ran a guy across the middle, and Gruden kind of threw it a little high and hard, and it bounced up to somebody's hands, and I was coming to the ball, and it just hit me in the stomach.
Gruden comes out. On this play, Jay Gruden comes out of the pocket and rolls to the right sideline, looks back across the middle. And anytime you throw back across the middle against your body, there's a danger of something like this happening. And it tips off the receiver's hands for a great interception by Andre Kramer.
Jay Gruden's brother, John Gruden, as Charles Davis talked about, is a member of the Tennessee coaching staff as a graduate assistant. So the Volunteers pick up possession first and 10, and that's Reggie Cobb slashing the right side for 5 yards. Then he comes right back to the left as the freshman carries the ball down to the, about the 28-yard line. It'll be a first down for Tennessee. Again, it's Cobb sweeping the left side. This time a gain of about a yard on the play, down to the 27, and it will become for Tennessee second down and 9 yards to go. Reggie Cobb again, straight ahead this time, twisting forward, knocked down by Reynolds after a gain of 6 yards. So Tennessee will have it third down and 3. Cobb on the year already has set a record, most yardage for a freshman running back, and here he is again on the 5th straight carry in this drive. After the interception by Kramer, Tennessee moves the ball down, and it will be a first down. First down 10 Tennessee. Pitch. This is Cobb sweeping the right side, and he's blasted for a loss by Bob Baer, who came up to make the tackle, -2, back to the 18-yard line. Reggie Cobb straight up the middle, 15, 10. This is Cobb 5. He is down to the 1-yard line where he's knocked down. Great run, Cobb up the middle.
Tennessee bigger and stronger than Louisville, like we stated before. Here on 2nd and 12, they go with the sprint draw instead of trying to put the ball in the air because they know they can just go ahead and run at them. And Reggie Cobb gets a big hole and barrels down to the 1-foot line.
And so Tennessee will have it trailing in the football game 3-0. And for the Vols, it will be first down and goal. There's that power eye set left. Wilson, Howard, and standing at the tail, that will be Reggie Cobb diving. Touchdown, Big Orange.
down on the goal line, the key to getting into the end zone is the offensive line battling the defensive line at least to a standstill so the back can get a gap in the line and get into the end zone. This time Tennessee chopped down Louisville's front wall, and Reggie Cobb just dove over the top for Tennessee's first score.
So on for the extra point will be Phil Rich, as Tennessee now leads by a score of 6-3. England will hold. It's down. It is blocked. So the extra point attempt goes amiss, and Tennessee maintains a 6-3 lead. In that scoring drive after the interception, Reggie Cobb carried the ball 8 straight times to take it in. And as Charles said, Tennessee's going to play conservative, and that's exactly what the Volunteers did to score.
Like we said before, Tennessee has the bigger and stronger football team. There's no reason for them to come out and try and get fancy, try and get greedy, try and get too much early in the football game. What they want to do is establish themselves early, run the football at Louisville, make Louisville do something that they don't want to do, and that's come up and hit Tennessee's big backs.
We'll be back with second quarter highlights in just a moment.
What on earth are you looking for in a career? If it's the excitement of high technology, you don't have to go out of this world to find it. And you don't have to team up like this to be an important part of an important team. Or end up in politics to make critical decisions, because you can enjoy all that, plus rewards like this every day as a nurse at Baptist Hospital, a leader in world medicine.
Why is Bank of Bartlett becoming the favorite bank of so many folks in Shelby County? Because a good banking relationship just doesn't happen. At Bank of Bartlett, we make it happen for you. With Saturday banking, longer hours to serve you, a 24-hour teller machine, and friendly people working hard to satisfy all your banking needs. Come visit us at Bank of Bartlett and our affiliate, Bartlett Mortgage. We'll make it happen for you.
You can help the Big Orange in Memphis and West Tennessee by joining the Big Orange Club. The Big Orange Club is involved in many worthwhile activities, including regular meetings with speakers like head football coach Johnny Majors and head basketball coach Don DeVoe. Also, the Big Orange Club helps make Ball Radio and UTV network broadcasts possible in the Memphis area. To join, send a check for $20 to Memphis, West Tennessee Big Orange Club, 7829 Autumn Creek Road, Cordova, Tennessee, 38018, or call 755-6239.
Slow first quarter for Tennessee, but things started to get rolling a little bit in the second quarter, Charles.
Yes, Louisville came out and played very well in the first quarter. They held the ball for a lot of time possession in the first quarter, and it's almost like they were playing against Tennessee. It's like an average baseball pitcher going through a good batting order. After you've seen his good stuff for the first time, then you're ready to adjust and go ahead and play a good football game. And I think that's what Tennessee did.
We're ready to go in the second period. Louisville, at the top of the second quarter, has tried for a first down on fourth. They fail. So Tennessee takes over, and the Volunteers hand the ball near midfield, leading by a score of 6-3. Sterling Hinton, the starting quarterback for the Volunteers, his team in the I formation. This is Hinton passing. It's complete. Yanked down by Thomas Woods for a gain of 7, and it will be for Tennessee. First down and 10 to go. First and 10 for the Volunteers. Spot the ball at the Louisville 43-yard line. In a tailback and scampering through the left side is Davis, but on the play, Tennessee was guilty of illegal procedure, so it will become first down and 15 back at the Louisville 49-yard line. The Vols lead by a score of 6-3. There's that I formation again. Louisville moving around on defense as Hinton fades to throw. Pass downfield is caught. Yanked down this time by Tennessee's Kennard McGuire. He moves forward for a gain of 11, so it'll become second down and 4 yards to go at the Louisville 38-yard line. Football carried straight ahead this time, as knocking forward is Charles Wilson. He picks up 3 of the 4 needed, so Tennessee will have it third down 1 at the 35. Reggie Cobb back in there for Keith Davis at tailback. Here's the pitch. Here will be Reggie Cobb around the corner. 30, 25, knocked out of bounds as it's Reggie Cobb carrying for the first down.
The toss sweep play by Tennessee, another staple in their offense. And here you see them coming out, the offensive line getting good blocks. There you see William Howard, the lead blocker, with a great block out on the cornerback. Allows Reggie Cobb to get to the corner and turn upfield for plus yardage.
So Tennessee moves the ball to the 24-yard line. At that point, it will be first down and 10 to go. And the Vols again this time with William Howard, the fullback, crashing straight ahead for a gain of 2. Gangwee makes the tackle. It will be second down 8 at the 22-yard line. Cobb, 20. Cobb fights his way down to about the 16-yard line. nailed after a 6-yard gain. It will be 3rd down 2. Tennessee leads 6-3 in the second period. Here's Cobb on the sweep to the left side. Cobb at the 10. Cobb roars down to about the 8-yard line, and Tennessee has it 1st and goal.
The same play Tennessee ran 2 plays previously. This time they toss sweep to the left side. Again, you see the blockers up front holding their ground. William Howard, another great lead block out on the corner. Reggie Cobb powers upfield and gets inside the 10-yard line.
And so Tennessee will have it 1st down and goal as the Vols come to the line, leading by a score of 6-3 in the second quarter over Louisville at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. The give to the fullback, and this is Howard. He pounds straight ahead. Sander makes the tackle after a gain of 3 yards. Over 92,000 fans on hand to see the football game at Neyland Stadium. Tennessee in the I formation again with 2 tight ends. This will be Keith Davis, who skitters forward for a gain of about 2 yards. So here it is, 3rd down, goal to go for Tennessee. Reggie Cobb back at tailback. This is Cobb around the corner. Touchdown, Big Orange.
Another touchdown for Reggie Cobb, who's near the top of the NCAA in rushing touchdowns and scoring. And here again, they get the run-to-toss sweep. William Howard with one of the best blocks you'll see anywhere, a punishing block on the corner, which allows Reggie Cobb to help himself power his way into the end zone. You never see a better block anywhere else in the country from a fullback.
William Howard with the key block, and here is Rich for the extra point. It is up, and it is good, and Tennessee leads by a score of 13-3. The Volunteers kick off, and it's Louisville on a great drive moving straight downfield. We pick it up. It's goal to go for Louisville, as this is Gruden fading to throw. Pass is incomplete out into the flat, as McRae, the middle guard, was putting the pressure on. And it's going to be 2nd down goal Louisville at the Tennessee 4-yard line. Tennessee leads 13-3, but the Cardinals have moved well. Gruden, handoff. Slicing forward, Booker knocks it down to the 2-yard line. So here for Louisville, 3rd down 2. Rolling right. Gruden, pass, complete. Touchdown to Fortune, the tight end, and it's 13-9.
Louisville inside the 5-yard line. They are a passing team, so they're going to go to their strength. Jay Gruden on a play-action pass, sets up and fires his tight end, crossing in the back of the end zone there, beating the Tennessee's linebacker for the touchdown.
So Louisville has marched 77 yards in 16 plays. The extra point cuts the gap down to 3. And Louisville, which opened leading 3-0, fell behind 6-3. Then it was 13-3. Now it's Tennessee 13-10. The Volunteers take the ensuing kickoff, and this is Sterling Hinton passing complete across the middle of Thomas Woods for a gain of 21 yards on the play.
On a 3rd and 9, Tennessee goes to a straight drop pass pattern, and Sterling Hinton sets up in the pocket, gets great protection and good time, and finds Thomas Woods across the middle on a bend-in pattern.
So Tennessee has it 1st down, 10 to go, fighting the clock. 1st down and 10 at the 48-yard line, trailing by 3, nearing the end of the first half of the game. Hinton again brings his team up. Single running back. Almost a double wing type set, back to throw. This will be Sterling Hinton. Looks, nobody open. Hinton runs 50. Hinton 45. Hinton 40, steps out of bounds as he races forward for a gain of 15 yards to the 37-yard line. And Sterling Hinton gives Tennessee a 1st down, 10 to go. Hinton again dumps a pass, complete this time to William Howard. Immediately knocked down by Fitzgerald after a 4-yard gain. The ball will be at the 33-yard line, 2nd down, 6. Pass this time complete. Nate Middlebrooks, the tight end. Bayer knocks him down, but Tennessee keeps the drive moving down to the 16-yard line. It will be 1st down, 10. Tennessee trying to get in for at least a field goal. The Vols lead by a score of 13-10 with, as you see, less than a minute to go in the first half of the game. Hinton to throw. Pass downfield is incomplete. It stops the clock as the throw was intended for Alvin Harper. Alexander defends. Hinton again in the pocket, looking, pass to the other side. Vincent Moore, incomplete. It will be for Tennessee leading 13-10. 3rd down, 10 to go at the 16-yard line. Hinton, stop, will run. Hinton 20, Hinton 15, tightrope the near sideline. Touchdown, Big Orange. Sterling Hinton 16 yards for the TD.
Sterling Hinton comes back into the pocket on this play, but it's a quarterback draw. It's a design call here. He steps up, looks for the hole. It's not there. It's jammed up. He dances out to the outside and tries to get to the sideline. I know he's got an eye on the clock, thinking about time, and he thinks about going out of bounds, but then he sees a lot of territory, and he gets upfield and powers into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the season.
Well, I just play was called for me. I just wanted to do what I had to do when I got the ball. Coach Harris always, had to play in the offense, and first time we run it this year, and just hope I can get more instinct to want to call it some more. I like running the ball. I like throwing it,
Tennessee not as conservative in that drive, and here Phil Rich is in to kick the extra point. And so that last-minute drive by Tennessee gives the Volunteers a 10-point lead at the end of the first half. Hinton takes it in on a great run along the near sideline. And Tennessee, Charles, maybe Louisville helped Tennessee become a little more daring in its attack.
Yes, they did. They came out and played a lot better game than I think anyone really anticipated, and they made Tennessee open it up, and I think that helped out Sterling Hinton a lot because it gave him a lot of confidence, being able to throw the ball downfield, move Tennessee downfield in that last minute and a half, and also take the ball in to score for himself.
So it's 20-10 at the half. We'll be back with more on Big Orange Sunday, including a look at one of the hardest working men in Neyland Stadium.
Why is Bank of Bartlett becoming the favorite bank of so many folks in Shelby County? Because a good banking relationship just doesn't happen. At Bank of Bartlett, we make it happen for you. With Saturday banking, longer hours to serve you, a 24-hour teller machine, and friendly people working hard to satisfy all your banking needs. Come visit us at Bank of Bartlett and our affiliate, Bartlett Mortgage. We'll make it happen for you.
America's design leader. These cars have one thing in common. They're built by a single car company that's anything but common. Ford.
Winning the world over. You're winning. Have you been behind the wheel? Ooh. Winning the world over. Have you driven a Ford lately?
When people talk about their bank, they don't talk about what the bank does. They talk about how their bank treats them. They talk about the banker who personally takes care of them and the teller they see every week. Banking isn't just a business of money. It's a business of being part of the local community, of listening, of understanding, and of helping. That's why at First American, we're making sure banking is still a people business.
Volunteer fans are known for their support of Tennessee, especially here at Neyland Stadium, where they're a very vocal crowd. One of the men who keeps them in the game when maybe things are not going quite so well on the field is Reggie Coleman, the head cheerleader. Karen Hood has a report.
Meet Reggie Coleman, also known as Rappin' Reggie C., perhaps one of the country's most charismatic cheerleaders.
Don't be a fool and mess with a tool because the balls are tricky. Now I'm Reggie C. in the place to be. And where I is cheerleading is in Tennessee. Now this is my beatbox right by me. And let me tell you something that I'm from Tennessee. I am a cheerleader and that's a fact. So please don't have a heart attack. Now,
Reggie has never-ending energy, undying enthusiasm, and a love for the Vols that puts him at the top of the list, not just for the fans, but for the other members of the Tennessee cheerleading squad.
There's something about him that just draws people to him, and I think that's how come he has really moved Neyland Stadium.
Cheering can be a tough job sometimes, but who better to take on the challenge than a man who's not afraid to have fun and show his true colors, because they always come out big orange.
T-O-T-O-U-C-H down. T-T-O-T-O-U-C-H down. T-T-O-T-O-U-C-H down. But I'll tell you more in a little bit. But we're going to win.
Ah! For Big Orange Sunday, I'm Karen Hood.
Now this is Smokey, our mascot. Don't you know he is what we got? Now she may be a he or he may be a she, but she is not a he because she is not a, I don't know.
Yes, Tennessee's cheerleaders, Tennessee band, Tennessee fans, all a part of every Big Orange Saturday. We'll have more on Big Orange Sunday in just a moment.
before you see an emergency room from this position, take a look at it from this one. What makes it stand out is the hospital and doctors who stand behind it. Baptist Hospital, Medical Center and East, has more resources for more kinds of emergencies, from cardiac to orthopedic. So before you find yourself in a position to need one, decide if you want just another emergency room or the hospital fully prepared for emergencies. Baptist Hospital, a leader in world medicine.
Suburban Chevrolet.
The new Chevrolet dealership is Suburban Chevrolet in Collierville. See and drive the new 88 Chevrolet cars and trucks, including Corsica and Beretta. The best deal on wheels is found at the new Suburban Chevrolet out east, where the sun comes up and the price goes down.
Memphis is growing our way.
Cut a big slice right off the sticker price from Suburban Chevrolet, 615 West Poplar, Collierville.
So as we start the third quarter, Tennessee has a 20-10 lead, and then had the big emotional lift from Sterling Hinton scoring just before halftime. They proceeded to come out and run it right down their throats.
This is what they wanted to do right from the beginning, and they came out, got the job done, had the momentum coming in from, like you said, from Sterling's touchdown right before the half. They came out and wanted to establish themselves in the third quarter early.
As we said, Tennessee won the opening toss, elected to defer the judgment to the second half. Tennessee elects to receive as we pick up the action. The Volunteers have moved with the ball to the 48-yard line. It will be 3rd down 6 at the Cardinal 38. Sterling Hinton is the quarterback. Sterling Hinton hands off, and this time it's Reggie Cobb, and Reggie Cobb slashes through the left side. He gains 14 yards and a first down.
There is a nice play by Tennessee coming out there. Reggie Cobb opens up the second half, getting a big hole and slashes through there for a nice gain.
There you see Reggie Cobb. There you see the blocking out front. Much of this on his own as he gets to the corner, races downfield, and this will be Reggie Cobb around the left side going for a gain of about 22 yards. Finally knocked down at the 12-yard line.
Tennessee again running the toss sweep. Again, another nice block by the fullback at the point of attack. The offensive line gets a couple of good blocks, but like you said, John, Reggie Cobb makes a lot of this run on his own, and there he is finally getting bumped out of bounds.
So for Tennessee, 1st down 10 at the 12-yard line, leading by a score of 20-10. Pitch Cobb, not much there, but he turns it into a gain as Reggie Cobb, who will go over 100 yards in this game again at 125 total. This time he picks up 4 yards. It's 2nd down 6 at the 8. Hinton, handoff, Cobb, not much. Gangwee and Washington there on the tackle, and actually a loss of about a yard. So Tennessee leading 20-10 will have it 3rd down and 7 at the 9. Back to throw Hinton. Cleveland is open. He makes the catch. He scores the touchdown. Terrence Cleveland for the Big Orange.
A good play here for Tennessee. Sterling Hinton on a quick drop. Looks for Terrence Cleveland on an out pattern. And here it is. Louisville's in man coverage, and Terrence Cleveland easily defeats his defender and goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
So Tennessee leads by a score of 26-10, and once more in will come Phil Rich for the extra point try. This, the opening drive in the second half of the game, as the Volunteers march downfield 64 yards in 10 plays. The touchdown on the pass, Hinton to Cleveland. The extra point is good, and Tennessee leads 27-10. The Volunteers kick off to Louisville, and Louisville marches with the ball. We pick it up now, 3rd down, about 4 yards to go in Tennessee territory. Gruden, the quarterback. He's gone all the way. Jay Gruden looks. Pass is intercepted. Great interception by McDaniel. That pass might have been deflected, Charles Davis.
Yes, I believe it was. I believe Big Richard Cooper deflected the pass at the line of scrimmage, and Terry McDaniel, who had excellent coverage here, he's one of the best man coverage people in the country. He had excellent coverage on the receiver, steps in front, tips the ball that had been tipped previously before, and picks it off. A nice interception for Terry McDaniel.
Another look at the play by 77 Richard Cooper, deflecting it at 6'5", and there's the interception by McDaniel. In a crowd bumping into first the Cardinal, then his own player, but Tennessee, with its second pass interception, has it 1st down 10 to go. And the Volunteers come with the quick-footed Keith Davis, who rambles through the left side of the line for a gain of 4 yards. Tennessee will have the ball at its own 39-yard line, leading by a score of 27-10 in the third quarter of the game. Sterling Hinton checks off at the line, his team in the eye. Handoff, Keith Davis. Davis spinning, twisting, turning. He's got a 1st down. Knocked down by Lance after a gain of 10 to the Volunteer 49-yard line. It's 1st down 10. Left side, running with the ball, Keith Davis again, this time finally forced out of bounds after a gain of 14 yards.
It makes no difference who's in the ball game for Tennessee. They're all running very effectively. Here you see Keith Davis picking up good yardage, rolling poles with a lead block. The offensive line again getting their blocks up front. Keith Davis making a lot of yardage on his own.
And the fullbacks, as Charles Davis has pointed out, clearing the path along with that offensive line. There's the fullback, Poles, who bangs the left side of the line and gets a yard, but Tennessee is guilty of illegal procedure, so it's moved back to the Louisville 42-yard line, where it will be first down and 15. The pitch to Keith Davis sweeps around the right side of the line, knocked down for a loss of about a yard on the play, and so Tennessee is faced with second down and 16. Hinton. Pass downfield caught. That's Wilson, 35-30. Wilson, 25. Butted out of bounds. He gets inside the 25-yard line. 21-yard gain. It'll be a first down.
Hitting on the straight drop back pass, wants to get the ball downfield, but everything's covered. So he throws it out in the flat to one of those fullbacks we've talked about, Charles Wilson. Whether it's blocking or catching, Charles Wilson can do it very well.
And Tennessee has it first down and 10 at the 22-yard line of the Cardinals. The Volunteers lead in the third period, 27-10. Back to the I formation. Keith Davis is the tailback. This is he. Davis to the left, cuts back, runs through a tackle. Davis on his feet, down to the 5. Touchdown, Big Orange. Keith Davis goes 22 yards for his second TD.
Nice play for Tennessee. Tennessee's offensive line there opens up a hole. Todd Kirk and Harry Galbraith, and then Keith Davis makes the rest of it on his own, running over a linebacker, making a defensive back miss as he goes into the end zone.
So Tennessee marches 65 yards in 6 plays, and in to attempt the extra point will be Phil Rich. Tennessee leading now by a score of 33-10. The extra point is up and good, and the Volunteers open up a third quarter lead of 34-10 using a lot of people.
A ton of people. Tennessee just keeps coming at you with running backs. We keep talking about the fullbacks and their lead blocking, and we just can't say enough about them. William Howard and Charles Wilson, the seniors, Roland Poles, the freshmen, all of them do their jobs very, very well. Very enthusiastic blockers for Tennessee, and you don't see that very often. So that's a credit to Coach Matthews and his running backs, who also always go out and block for each other.
So Tennessee has a very comfortable 34-10 lead as we go into the fourth quarter. Those highlights coming up next on Big Orange Sunday.
To real food, you know the kind that just tastes real good. Come on a dinner I can't pronounce. By the ounce, whatever happened to real food? You know the kind that just tastes real good. Give me a steak and I won't be blue. I got a taste for some real food.
Beef, real food for real people.
Hey, how you doing? Good. In fact, I feel like light. Hey. What the? Uh-oh. I am so. Oh, no. Well, I meant Bud Light.
If you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, ask for Bud Light, because everything else...
You all right? Sure, just a little lightheaded.
It's just a light.
The same reasons Tennesseans want natural gas heat at home apply to office or business. Gas heat means warm air comfort, lower utility bills.
The gas range.
Already 9 out of 10 chefs use gas for cooking, gourmet to hamburgers.
Gas water heating.
Saves up to $200 a year over electric.
Enjoy the comforts of the office just like the comforts of home.
Natural gas.
When people talk about their bank, they don't talk about what the bank does. They talk about how their bank treats them. They talk about the banker who personally takes care of them and the teller they see every week. Banking isn't just a business of money. It's a business of being part of the local community, of listening, of understanding, and of helping. That's why at First American, we're making sure banking is still a people business.
So it was 34-10 as we start the fourth quarter, and that allows Tennessee to do a number of things, Charles. First, it allows them to do pretty much what they want to do on offense, and second, it allows them to get a lot of younger players into the game.
And that's a big key for Tennessee right now. You're getting late in the season. You want to get a lot of people in, a lot of people that can play, so that can help you for next season, also heading into spring practice. And on defense, it also helps you out a lot, too, because you're able to gamble a lot on defense and do pretty much what you want to there also.
Tennessee's defense has stopped Louisville as the fourth quarter gets underway, and the Volunteers have the ball once more with Sterling Hinton at quarterback. Now in their tailback is Vando Davis, the third tailback used, and it's Vando this time ripping through the right side for a gain of about 6 yards. And Tennessee will have it at the Volunteer 30-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 4. Sterling Hinton at quarterback, taking the drop, setting up, throwing the ball across the middle, complete. That's Middlebrooks with a 24-yard pass reception.
It's Nate Middlebrooks' second catch of the football game, and he has to be a very happy man because he used to be a wide receiver, and they moved him into tight end, and then they didn't throw the ball a whole lot to the tight end position. But now Tennessee seems to be rediscovering the tight end position as a pass receiver. There's Nate making a nice catch across the middle.
All the way down to the 46-yard line of the Cardinals. First down, and the give this time is to Keith Davis. He's back in at tailback. A gain of 2 yards on the play to the 44. On 2nd down, 8. Hinton sets up, long pass on the post route is incomplete. It was intended for Alvin Harper. Warren and Gainey defend on the play, and it will be 2nd down and 8 because Tennessee, no, wait a minute, it's going to be the penalty this time against Louisville, as Louisville is guilty of encroachment. Moving the ball to the 39, it will be 2nd down and 3. Hinton, pass, it is caught. That's John Rollins who makes the catch. Another tight end in action. 5-yard gain, first down at the 34. Hinton, keeping, running, turns it on at the corner, cuts downfield, is shoved out of bounds after picking up right at, about 2 yards.
There you see Jeff Francis on the sideline, the injured starting quarterback for the Volunteers, who of course is very happy with the way things are going right now for Tennessee, but he's such a competitor. He wants to be in there, and I know he has to be disappointed. We hope to see him back very, very soon.
It will be for Tennessee, 2nd down and, about 8 yards to go as the Vols send a man in motion. Hinton off play action, sets up the screen, complete. This is Cleveland. Gets a block. Cleveland with the football, 20. Cleveland spins to the 15. 10, 5, knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line as the screen works for a gain of 30 yards.
If you're a fan of Tennessee football, you learn to love two things. You learn to love orange jerseys, and you learn to love the quick screen. Here you see Terrence Cleveland catching the quick screen out there. There's Doug Baird with a great block as well. Also was Kennard McGuire and Thomas Woods throwing good blocks for Terrence Cleveland. Gets down the sideline before he's finally dragged out the 2-yard line. A nice-looking play for the Volunteers.
Already Cleveland has scored a touchdown, and now Tennessee lines up first down and goal at the 2-yard line. Keith Davis is in there not as the tailback, but as the wingback on the right. Tennessee in that power eye set, and it's going to be Keith Davis, the wingback, into the end zone, untouched for the score.
Running back's not supposed to have it that easy getting into the end zone, but on this play, Keith Davis does. Look at the blocking up front by the offensive line. Look at the two backs, Howard and Poles getting into the end zone also with great blocks, and there's Keith Davis for his second touchdown of the ball game.
And so Tennessee now leads 40-10. And as we go to the end zone, it will be Phil Rich. Snapping is Stafford. Holding is England for the extra point. And the kick, as you see, is up and good. And Tennessee leads and goes on to win the football game by a score of 41-10. We're here at Neyland Stadium on Sunday morning as we're doing this program. After Tennessee scored that touchdown, in comes Moses Collins at quarterback.
Moses Collins is back in the quarterback derby, due up mainly to the injury to Jeff Francis and also to everything else that's going on with the Volunteers trying to find someone who can lead them down the stretch just in case Jeff isn't healthy enough to come back and play. And Moses Collins came back in, did a fine job, made 2 nice drives with Tennessee, led 2 fine drives, didn't complete a pass, but that was okay because at that juncture, Tennessee wanted to play ball control the clock, and run it out.
With Collins at the helm, Tennessee did pick up 6 first downs. The Volunteers win. A lot of people play both sides, defense and offense, because Tennessee is looking now down the stretch, and that's the tough part of the season, Steve.
It certainly is. The 3 tough games still to go. When we come back, we'll go into the Vols locker room with Greg Peterson on Big Orange Sunday.
Medicine, one of many programs available at Baptist Hospital's HealthPlex. Doctors, physical therapists, and other specialists work as a team to treat sports-related
guys that can run and catch and do those kinds of things and have done it for a long time, tradition and those things. And obviously, they were a better football team than we were today.
With head coach Johnny Majors now, and coach, a great way to bounce back from that loss last week.
Greg, I thought our football team bounced back awfully well in practice. We took Monday off, and I think it was a good rest for them. It's been a long season as far as we started earlier than most other people did, and our Tuesday practices, Wednesday practices, and Thursday were just outstanding. And we have a motto, or have an axiom on with our team. You know, you practice like you play. And we fellows have practiced real well this week. Now let's go out and play like you practice on Saturday. And I think they did a mighty good job overall. I thought our offense handled our game plan extremely well. We wanted to try to run the ball and get some confidence for our quarterback. And I thought Sterling Hitton in his first start did an exceptional job. And his big play down the sideline, I believe it was 3rd and 10 when he ran the quarterback draw, he stuffed and he jumped outside. He did a terrific job tiptoeing down the sideline and did a fine job passing, handling the game plan. And of course, we had some good blocking up front as the game went along. And Davis and our fullbacks and Cobb all ran well. And had some fine catches today. Our defense tightened up the second half. We had not played too well in the third quarter the last couple of weeks. They tightened up the third quarter and played much better the second half than they have in some time. Louisville's a team that's made progress. They fought the heck out of Florida State, one of the great football teams in the country, and I'm pleased that our team won the way they did. And I'm also pleased we had a chance to play a lot of people.
31-point win, and it's something that Tennessee really needed to do at this point of the season to get some confidence back and get a little more smile on the face.
Well, certainly, there's nothing like winning to build on, and I think our young men earned it today. They practiced very hard. They had a great attitude during the course of the week, and this should be good for us, and we've got 3 real tough ones coming up. But we don't need to worry about the last 2 right now. Let's get ready for Ole Miss. They had a week off. They'll be rested, and they'll be a very tough team to take on. But we'll hope to play a good ball game and certainly hope to win.
Congratulations, Coach.
So Tennessee with a 41-10 win over the Louisville Cardinals. Now it's 6-2-1 on the season. Yesterday, a very big day around the Southeastern Conference. We'll have the highlights for you coming up next on Big Orange Sunday. Big day around the Southeastern Conference. Even the Mouse enjoyed the highlights around the conference. We have those coming up right now.
The world's largest outdoor cocktail party as Georgia and Florida meet in Jacksonville. Florida's Robert McGinney with a 52-yard field goal. Florida takes a 3-0 lead. Later, Lars Tate for Georgia makes it 73. Still in the first quarter with a 1-yard up and over run. A little later, Kerwin Bell, no party for him today. He hits the dirt as dogs all over him. Kerwin a little bit later drops back, fires out into the flat. He's intercepted. Kerwin Bell, not a good day. Galen Hall looking for hair. He can't find it. Vince Dooley saying, we're on our way. Lars Tate put some icing on the cake with a 1-yard up and over run. And the crowd loving it. The Dogs dogging the Gators 23-10 in Jacksonville. 2 top 10 teams in Auburn as Florida State takes on the Tigers. Danny McManus strikes first to Herb Gaynor, a 4-yard touchdown pass. And Pat Dye is spitting mad, folks. Jeff Berger a little bit later drops back for the Auburn Tigers, but this offensive drive is halted as Berger is picked off by Florida State. And the Seminole fans doing a boogie. Second quarter, McManus again to Gaynor, this one for 19 yards and 6 points. Florida State on their way to a big win. Place kicker Derek Schmidt becomes the NCAA's all-time leading scorer with 370 points on that field goal. Later, Jeff Berger is picked off again by the Florida State defense. Florida State winning it 34-6. Auburn's worst loss since '82 versus Nebraska. That was a 41-7 loss. The SEC game of the day, Bama at LSU. Tommy Hodson injured. Mickey Guidry starting for LSU. Second quarter, Victor Jones gets it, goes around the right side into the end zone, 9-yard score to make it 10-6 LSU. A little bit later, though, Alabama will take the lead. Bo Wright on the 1-yard line gets the give from the freshman Dunn. He's up and over, and the Alabama Crimson Tide has a leg up on LSU. Bobby Humphrey, 161 yards rushing on the day. He goes in, barrels his way 11 yards in for the score. Bill Curry continues to make friends in Tuscaloosa. Tommy Hodson with a final chance. He enters the game with 7 minutes left. His first pass of the ball game is intercepted, as well as this one by John Mangum, as Bama goes on to beat LSU 22-10. Elsewhere around the Southeastern Conference yesterday, Vanderbilt upsetting Kentucky 38-29. Eric Jones with 345 yards of total offense. And Tulane beats lowly Mississippi State 30-19. Next week around the Southeastern Conference, a 1:30 kickoff here at Neyland Stadium. Ole Miss will be coming to town to take on the Tennessee Vols. Also down in Athens, Auburn will be traveling to take on the Bulldogs, and Kentucky will be in Gainesville to take on Florida. Alabama will be at South Bend to take on Notre Dame, and LSU will be hosting Mississippi State. Now, a lot has changed in the Southeastern Conference after yesterday's action. Auburn now, even though they lost out of conference, they're on top of the SEC with 3 wins and a tie. LSU, Alabama, and Georgia all tied for second with 4-1 records in the conference. Tennessee behind those 3 at 1-1-1. The bottom 5 are Florida at 2-3, Kentucky and Ole Miss both with 1 win and 3 losses, Vanderbilt at 1-4, and Mississippi State is 0-4 in the Southeastern Conference.
So for the first time all season long, LSU is no longer on top of the Southeastern Conference race. We'll take a look around and talk about Tennessee's next game to 10 win over the Louisville Cardinals. And Charles, even though Louisville maybe not the most formidable opponent in the country, it was a very good confidence builder for the Tennessee Vols.
It's a great confidence builder for the Volunteers. It's a game that coaches call a get-well game. Obviously, Louisville was a bad football team, make no mistake about it, but Tennessee did come out and do the things that they needed to do to win, came out and established themselves early, and went at Louisville like they were supposed to. So like Coach Majors says, it's great to build from a win, and Tennessee was able to do that.
And they go from that win into a game with Ole Miss, a team that has certainly been a mystery this year. They were picked 3rd in the preseason, and now they are down near the bottom of the conference after stumbling out to a 3-6 start this year.
I think the main thing you can say about Ole Miss is probation. They came out, they knew they were on probation this year.
Just another emergency room or the hospital fully prepared for emergencies. Baptist Hospital, a leader in world medicine.
Next time on Family Ties.
Philip, you shouldn't say such things.
Elise flips out when her mom starts dating.
Mom, if you think I'm going to let you leave the house looking like that, you are sadly mistaken.
It puts a new twist in the old mother-daughter relationship.
I tend to get a little butterfingered when I'm morally outraged.
So now that the shoe's on the other foot, who's raising whom?
She's been married for 40 years. What could she know about sex?
Next time on Family Ties.
Monday evening at 5:30 on Family Ties.
The homecoming slogan was "Torch the Rebels," and when Tennessee